Congressman Tim Burchett says that Navy insiders told him that they've tracked objects moving hundreds of miles per hour underwater, and that there are 5, maybe 6 deep sea bases where they seem to operate from.
And I had a very high-ranking member of the Navy describe some underwater experiences they'd had with something that was doing 200 miles. And the best thing we got is probably 40.
It was doing 200 miles an hour underwater?
Underwater, big as a football field, and that's no fish.
So is it possible, given our current understanding of physics, for any man-made machine to go anywhere near 200 miles an hour underwater?
Not with our technology, no. This was one that was, he was talking about, there are 5 or 6, I think, deep water areas of the ocean. But, you're talking miles deep. And, of course, you've heard this before. We know more about the surface of the moon than we do the surface of the ocean. And he said these are areas where we see a high propensity of these UFOs.
If that's true, it changes everything we know about physics and propulsion, obviously. Water is actually 800 times denser than air, so moving through it at that fast of a speed should technically destroy anything that we can build. The only thing close is something called supercavitation. It's a real technology that uses a gas bubble that wraps around a torpedo so that it can go about 230 miles per hour. But it's loud, unstable, and nowhere near silent. So if something can move 200 miles per hour underwater, stay quiet, then it's using a form of propulsion we clearly don't understand. Maybe magnetohydrodynamic or field-based movement that manipulates the medium itself, especially if they're using anti-gravity technology. That would essentially create that bubble and manipulate that medium around the object, the craft, whatever it may be. But in the big picture, the ocean would actually make total sense as a hiding place. I mean, it's wet, it's dark, and our sonar coverage is limited. Below certain depths, sound bends and it disappears. So it does create kind of a blind zone in the ocean. And if something wanted to stay undetected, the deep ocean would be a perfect place to do that. But here's the issue: energy and evidence. So moving at those speeds would create massive noise and heat, and our global hydrophone network would hear it. And so far, there's no verified data that supports that. And that's actually the network that picked up the noise of the Titan sub. So until we see hard sensor proof, sonar, visual, satellite, this will stay in the maybe possible box. But it does raise an interesting question. If the truth isn't in the skies, the space above us, could it actually be in the oceans below us? Are you a space or an ocean believer, or both? Let me know.